What a pain in the ash this mod is. Ash. I said ash. A-S-H. Alright, folks. Well, welcome back to the pYanodons pain. Fantastic Mr. Ghost here. Just gonna... The research is done. Been a while. And they keep taking my ash. Look at this. It keeps going and going and going. So I have some thoughts on the ash production here. So what do I have here? I wanted to do a little quick speed up on this. This is the Mark II Vat Brain. And the reason I never implemented this was because of the brain requirements. It's pretty crazy. It's a 10-second craft, 15 brains. I think we'll be fine. And another 15, so 30 total to make a Vat Brain 1, but the productivity goes way up. I want to say it's 50%, so it goes from 20 to 50. Yeah, I want to say that. I don't know where it is. It's listed somewhere, I just can't find it. Okay, so now we have the fetal serum here, and then we have the fatty acids here. This one, I looked, I'm like, 100 frickin' seaweed? Oh my god. So, yeah... I have plenty of seaweed, but training it in is another story. But the Vat Brain cartridges seem to last a while. So what I'm going to have to do here... Oh, and then we got hot air, organic solvent, seaweed, silver glassware guts, glass, Navens, which I should be able to handle this. I don't know. If not, I will build a Navens build specifically for just general pop. You know, well, I'll pull off, instead of picking off of the one I have, for the SAM, self-assembly monolayer, I will do a separate Navens build. So the plan here is to have multiple stops for the larger ticket items here. The guts, I don't think is a big deal. Yeah, well, this doesn't run as much. 10-second craft, 15. But the seaweed and the brains, I might have in a separate case. And then I'll just have to do some belt trickery here to kind of merge, things together, kind of side load and whatnot. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rip this rail, rip all this out of here. It's just got, the Band-Aid's got to come off. And we'll get back on research. I don't have a project yet, but I think what I'll be doing is the Kicalk stuff. Okay, let's get cracking on this. Alrighty, folks. This thing will eat seaweed like no tomorrow. So I'm a little concerned about this. Oh, we're still getting trains coming here. With sea. What the hell? So is a seaweed build in order to for over here or up here to feed this thing will remain to be seen here, because you know this thing, it does have a rate of consumption. All right, now back to the research here. We had to do the Kicalks or mutes. We have to. I know we did this one here. So I'm gonna do one at a time. I want to see how the ash does. There we go. Okay, now let's mouse over this. And what does it say? 50%. Okay, it is somewhere. I just can't find it. You know where it's listed. So we have doubled our productivity from 0 to 50. You know, that's really good. Oh, I did these two. I patched this one in just in case, because the fetal serum is a 1-to-1. So oopsie on that. It's 50 and 50, but I got prod in those, so it's slower. So yeah, I just patched 2 in here, and it wouldn't fit in between, of course, because the you know, all that. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, this one has to run consistently while science is running, by the way. All right, I will let you guys know when this research is done. I'll come back in and give a post-mortem. I might just do an ash build, like I said, off in a different block. Just, you know, tons of Kicalks, tons of, you know, processing of the Kicalks into ash. So seaweed build, I don't think we're gonna need to worry about it, because it looks like it's doing okay. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool build. Oh, I gotta get rid of this. Pretty cool build. Glad I did it. It's one of those things when you have a fresh mind, you take a break from pYanodons for a little while, like I did, and you come back and you're rejuvenated, and then it grinds you down. You know. But I hope I can get further along this time before I have to take a break. So, and I don't want to say I'm stopping, because now we're on 2.0 and we're good. All right, I'll let you know how this went here. Yeah, see in a nanosecond. Well, now, yeah. Well, as expected, the research farted out on me. So I started this, as I was saying, I need more ash. Yeah, autosave. Yeah, more ash, right? So I'm over here working on this thing, and I picked this recipe. I haven't done this one yet. It's not difficult. And the only thing really, this is very interesting. I need ash to make Kicalks to make ash. It's an ashception, but it's only 10. And so I'm using max rate calculator to figure this thing out. You wouldn't believe how many Kicalks it would take just for the one recipe that I'm using is the one I showcased earlier right here. This monster, where I'm using the lamps and sand. So this thing here, oh, and by the way, I am short on Kicalks here. I don't know how I did this, but I did. So if you max rate calculator this, I am short on Kicalks to run this build. Now that's not a big deal, because fiber, it gets consumed, and then you know how it is. Now if it was being taxed, yeah, that would be a problem. Then you're wasting machines for processing, because your front end can't handle it. So I'm gonna have to go to this one and update it. Here is the plan. Let me close that. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet here. This recipe is not too bad. Now, here's the other rub. We have the ability to do Kicalk version 3. So I am going to search for that. There they are. Start. Take a look at this here. This is a 32 Kicalk, and it looks like the only thing it adds is flue gas. So this one is really good, okay, with the addition of fertilizer already and all that. So I'll compare these, because I think it's still 1 lamp, 10 ash, 10 sand, biomass for. So I'll have to look. 15 Kicalk seeds. What is this one here? Oh, let me let's get closer here. Is it 15 as well here? Yeah. Yeah, 10, 10, 10, 5, 15. Clay. What's up? Yeah, what's up with the clay? Oh, it started, yeah. We still need clay. All right. Now, there's the dice roll, the gambling part of this. So we need a great alien sample, level 2 Kicalk seeds, and the tree itself. That is very odd that you need seeds and the tree. Clay, carbon dioxide, and water. So this is the one you set up, you walk away, and you put a speaker on it, you know, on the case. So we're looking for, what it does is it produces only one. So you're going to get seeds. 1% chance for a seed and 4% chance, or 0.4% chance for a level 3 tree. Now you do need the seeds here. So this one here is when you have the required material. So we need 5 seeds. And that's to start it off. So retrovirus, great alien sample. I have the microcin J25. I have that. We have the mutant enzymes that we needed for the bees, Mark II. So then we're generating the Kicalks. So 5 seeds, 5 Kicalks, but then you have the 40% chance to get 3. So there's your multiplier there. It kicks out the level 2s and level 1s, as well as seeds level 2 or 3. Sorry, 5% chance. So now it's good to have the level 1 seeds because the modules go into the machines, and it's nice to have the seeds on hand to speed the process up, so it doesn't have to, you know, go through a bunch of cycles. So I think the level 2s would just get biomassed at this point, you know, and we're gonna, you know, we need biomass anyway when we spin up creatures. So that's that, and then here's the seed recipe. Simple, you know, it's just Kicalks in, seeds out. All right, I'm gonna run that research out, and we're gonna set this up here, and then I think we'll see. I have to call it a day at this, but yeah, this is a key research right now because the bottleneck is the ash. The ash is the Kicalk. The best answer is Kicalks. I think there's one recipe that's better, but we don't have it yet, so we have to go with what we got. All right, I'll let you know how this one went. Run! Run! Finally! Okay. Get out of there. Finally. Gimme. Alright, folks. It didn't take as long, but it's still such a pain. Alright, here we go. I gotta rip all this apart, but okay. So I could, well, yeah, okay. So to review the recipe here, we've got the retrovirus, great alien sample, the microcin J25, 5 seeds, yeah, carbon dioxide, and the mutant enzymes, which I have all here. So to review, let's go to map view. I had to review this myself. So here's the microcin J25. Now, I was trying to remember, I keep forgetting, the cryostatics, I think is how it's pronounced. Here's the recipe for it. All this stuff to get this thing, right? And I needed that for, I think, yeah, these guys. The trits and the zippers. A couple things happened while I'm waiting for this mess here. I have, oh yeah. Okay, I've been going nuts with this Kicalk stuff. So let's get our max rate calculator out. So what it comes down to here is I'm getting back into the swing of things here, right? And with complexity comes awesome production. 243 ash per minute. I think that's a minute, second? Yeah, second. And both the Fastwood Forestries, if I did max rate calculator on that, which I will do now. By the way, there's going to be a lot of edits and cuts because like I said, I'm relearning this game here, so I apologize if things seem disjointed. 222. So this, now this isn't the final form. However, because we have the level 3s to put in here, right? So this is our ash now, and I have the machines here. I just have to get them to be a red belt or you don't want to go over a red belt. Let's take a look at this right here. So this is at 63 ash. Oh, I have it combined. All right, so let's go on this one here. I wish I kept the cursor in your hand. So 4 pressure furnaces with prod is 36. So one of these here, at the one at the end, will be... So this is basically... This is an insane amount of ash. But we need it, as you saw. With the fastwood forestries, then we have the all the science and all that. So here's a yellow belt. And so what you do is you just yellow belt like that. So this one will bleed off here. So 6 on this yellow belt. And so it's 4 plus that little stub. This is a little bit over a red belt, 4. So we have, let's do a count here. I guess copy. Yeah. We'll get a count. And we have 27. So I have to get this to be, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. That's a lot of freaking ash. and it's not overkill because, like I said, we have 2 fastwood forestries that require this build here to run 100%. I went with the level 2 fastwood forestries and the level 3 trees modules. And what happens is the footprint shrinks. But I didn't do that, so I think that I have to rejostle some of these around here. So look at all these. Look at all these here. Holy crap. So, yeah, I don't know. It's really tough when the base is so big now. It's like, well, I don't know where wood is going anymore. I don't know. And I could look at the production chart and get an idea, but, sometimes things aren't running, and then they are, All right, so let's get down here. This can come out. All this can come out now, so let's get rid of this thing. Oh, you know what I keep forgetting? Oh, yeah, this is a change. I forgot to cover that. The, whatchamacallits here, the clay pits, they now have an output. I don't like it. I don't like that they have a belt output because it's offset. If you're going to do something, center it, It's just my opinion because it makes it easier to line things up. Okay, so we're good there. Now, I think I'm going to take this out of here and that out. We don't need this anymore. So, let's just start fresh here. Oh, and another nice thing is the Food Tech. This stuff here. Food Tech PP5. No longer needed. So we'll pull that out of there. Shift right click. Shift left click, baby. All right, let me tell you some other things I found. There must be, I don't remember seeing this recipe, lamp. A casted lamp. We're in a Glassworks Mark II here. 45 lamps from 1 green circuit borax plus the advanced casting. You need the 2 because that's what, it pops out of the cast with the borax, I guess. And then we have molten versions to make a massive amount of lamps. I'm very happy about this. I don't know if I ever remember seeing this. I don't know. So we're setting that up. I'll probably do it off screen. Before I get started on this, I had an issue. And this one's been a long time coming as well. Fish food. All right. So here it is. It is getting hammered. So it's a back and forth kind of thing. Eventually it starts to balance out. Well, I was running, building that Kicalk thing there. And it just completely whatever's being built, hydrogen peroxide, which is heavily reliant on the Zyhifos. Well, fish food started running out on me here. And this happens and then I forget about it. I redid all the water here in the steam. So all this here, I could probably get rid of this. Holy crap. Yeah, so I've got the ceramic over here. Well, this was kind of like a chuck-in build, I was just, get this done. I was trying to spin up the Mark III fish, I think. Well, now this needs to be addressed here. And it's used for 2 fish builds and Zyhifos. That's all I know about right now. So this needs to be rebuilt. I have Yotoi in the farming area now. So the problem, though, is you got to remember there's low volume stuff and high volume stuff here. As you can see, there's a lot of activity. So I came up with this one, but there's another thing, another rub. And I keep forgetting I got to check this stuff now. We have PyScience 3. So I want to run this one here, but I'll do it after I get the ash squared away. So we have the fish is going to be rebuilt. And I don't know, I think the Zyhifo build, what I did there was I got the Zyhifo blood specifically going to blue liqueur. So I can't really rip that build apart. I can't disconnect it. There's a problem there. So I might have to I'm going to rebuild the whole etching solution and hydrogen peroxide build. So let's go through this because I'm going to run this as soon as I get the ash up and running. So we have fish eggs. Well, first off, we get level 4 modules now. Yes. So this is the spin up. This is the percent chance. I haven't looked at it in detail here. So we get fish out of it, obviously, but we're looking for that Mark IV. So filtration media, great alien sample, deluxe fish food, which I have, and then Mark III fish, seaweed, and the phytoplankton, which we have. So all that's good to go. This is okay, now this is the egg one. Now, fish meal, I don't remember seeing that, and I don't see it here. So this one is the spin up. It gives you the level 3s, which I think is just going to go into biomass. But we have fish emulsion now, and so 10 eggs, 6 fish. So well, here's the eggs. It takes 6, and it gives you 10. Plus 8, here's your spin up. This is how you increase your amount, is that 50% chance for 2. So 10 to 6, 6 to 10, blah, 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 back and forth. And then, it's the gambling, right? Roll the dice and you may get those 2 extra. So I have to look at what's involved in the fish meal. So here's the new egg recipe, and it takes both fish foods. I don't know why. I don't know why they just don't go with the deluxe and, you no longer need the fish food. I think they want to keep it relevant. So if that's the case, I understand then. But it's still a pain in the ass. Now, let's see here. We've got seaweed. Yeah, filtration. There's the lamp. Yeah, oxygen and all that. So, yeah, we went over the spin up here. The egg. Yeah, fish meal. So I'll have to look at the fish meal and all that. I'll figure that out. Anyway, so I want to run that one. I think the animal, so if I wouldn't be going that route right now, but I'm seeing these production issues that I'm like, oh, I remember that now. Oh, I remember that one now. Okay, so I think I covered everything that I noticed here while I was running around, and I'm like, why am I not getting stuff? I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, modules. Yeah, because I was building, my modules were no longer. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? So I'm tracking it all the way down to that one thing. Because, yeah, building this thing right here, the Kicalk. Oh, and then, yeah, the footprint's going to shrink on this Kicalk build. But I have to get the modules first. But when I heard that alarm go off, I was like, yes! So I'll set this up and run it, and we'll get the Kicalk build. Well, I'll finalize it with the Kicalk build here this episode because I want to showcase it. It lives! It lives! Ha! I got a little... I think this needs to buffer up. Because the mini loaders have this... Oh, interesting. Having an export issue here. That's weird. That's why it's freezing up a little bit. So I took the max rate here. Oh, wait, 4. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the little stubs off of here. So that, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I have an extra port right here for those. So what I have to do is do an underground here. And this one's going to be a little tricky here. I might have to do an underground and then flip around and then combine these two at the end so I can export quicker. That's a lot of ash, folks. Holy crap. There's a few things that I had to edit or change. Oh, look. We have our first customer. Where are you going? Oh, fertilizer, yeah. I may have to, well, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to beef this up here. The biomass, well, this has always been a nightmare, feeding. But, yeah, I may have to do the beef up here. And everything is rippling back, you know, so I'm changing my mode here. Instead of working on the, well, I still do the train research. We already went over those specific researches, so I'm going to do those off screen to test the base. The new ones will obviously go over. A couple things changed, like I said. The fertilizer, I was going to do the fertilizer on site. I decided against that because the biomass would have to come from the Kicalks here. And that is not something I want to do. So if you mouse over here, it tells you it's 70 compost. What that would do is throw off this whole thing here. Yeah. So let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. See, I might have to do red belt here. Because, well, I don't know. I have to debug it. You know how things are. You have to sit there and watch it for a while and go, where's the bottleneck, you know? Because now it's kind of farting out on the Kicalks here. So, and they're all running. Oh, seeds. Why are... I might have to do... Oh, boy. There's plenty of seeds. There might be a belt issue here. I did the belt weaving here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. They're getting down to here. So it... Yeah, I was a little bit reluctant on the belt weaving. Yeah, see how it's kind of farting out? And they can't get in here, and it's 15. So if I do a max rate, and I thought I looked at everything. Again, it probably just needs the buffer. So, see how it's 8? Oh, 15. It's 7. Yeah, that I forgot. It's half belt. So that has to be a red belt. I might have to jostle this around then. That's still a lot of ash, though. So, yeah. So those are the debugs that I'm going to have to do. I'll have to pull those belts down. But the Kicalk thing... Oh, the other option here is I can route this belt over this way and go around the build this way. You know, go in a reverse U shape. Because right now I'm going this way with the Kicalks. And I do need a red belt, by the way, for this. That's how I'm doing a little under a red belt of Kicalks. It's crazy. So, what do we got here? Yeah, fertilizer is a problem. So, I'll have to beef that up. So, this flue gas here requires hot air, which is very interesting. So, it does, by using the hot air, I think it's 50 more flue gas. So, that's a good thing. Overall, I'm good with it. I just need to work on those seeds. So, I'll rebelt the seeds here. And then that should fix the bottleneck up here. They're getting there. Oh, they're getting there now. That's odd. Now they're getting up to it. Yeah, because it's a belt half. This is oh, that's 30. No, it's 15 is 7, 7.5. The red belt is 30, 15 on a half. That's one thing that I always forget. Sometimes, or I forget sometimes. Oh yeah, look at the very slow loading here. So I'll have to update the loading on this thing. Yep. And when you're going for these new recipes, these nasty 7, 8, 9 for farming, this I would consider this a farming block here. The requirements start going up. You know, that's why it's so difficult to implement. But it's so necessary because you can see, look at the footprint. This whole thing is generating 270 ash a minute or a second. It's crazy. Woo, we're done here. All right, well, it's going to start buffering up. I did a red belt here because I figured, well, it's a long distance to get up to this point. So this is all yellow here, though. But I wanted to expedite it. So there we go, folks, ash. Now, once this buffers up, I'm going to go fix the fertilizer. One thing I wanted to mention this before I end the episode here. And that is where I got to find the lamps. Can never find these darn things, but there's another thing. Lamps. I redid it. There we are. Because of the Kicalks now chewing those up more, I redid this thing. Now we're doing 45 lamps a second. Yep. Per craft. Oh wait, it's per craft. 9-second craft, 45. And all the molten, I just decided to just retrofit this one here. I pushed up, did the fluids here. This is kind of the new design now that I'm using because this requirement here, you know, my borax, I've been meaning, I don't know if I should put a counter on that. I'm filling trains. Well, we're not going to get the blue belt till later, production science. So I don't have this countered, and the trains keep waiting and waiting. It takes forever to unload with red belt even. So there we go. Just retrofitted that sucker in, and we're done. The other thing that I had to do, sea sponges. That I forgot that there's a lot of sea sponge recipes that require the sea sponges, so I just slapped this in really quick because I was trying to do the trees, the Kicalk 3s, and there's a lot of stuff that requires this. So we have here the trits that use the sea sponge. Then there's this peptides thing. I have the marker. Here we go. The propeptides. And then that is used for the alien bacteria, which is here. Propeptides, right here. Here is this one. This is the plasmids, I think. No, primer. And then we have also this thing, the cryostatics. And this was required for the trees, I think. Or, it's required for... Oh, wait. Let's take a look here. It's Paragon. No. Here, J25. This thing. The Microsyn J25. So, sponges are used everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I got to beef that up. Another thing I should mention, I did add more trains. LTN was giving me warnings that there were no trains available. I'm like, oh no. Now, another thing, too, is request amounts. You don't want a train running 5 times when it can run once. So that's another tricky thing where now that I have better production of plates and we have moltens now, I can increase things. So it's another assessment that I was going through. Oh my God, I was going mad. I was in this biology area that's been around forever, and I'm adjusting all of the train delivery points. So the lab equipment was giving me trouble. And that was the good thing about running that Kicalk thing, is now I'm not limiting the trains anymore. I used to put 1 in here, and what happens is the train goes, picks up, comes back, you know, and I think it deploys a train after that's all done. Or maybe it's even in the yard and deleted the schedule, and then it deploys a train. I'm not exactly sure when another train triggers, but you want to talk about slowing your base down, grinding it down to a halt. And the reason I do this, you know, I have a block with pickoffs, is to hold trains waiting. And if you do 2 or 3 builds, yeah, it's kind of, I can't get crazy, but you could do a bypass. So you can have a 4-lane, you know, two in, 2 out. I mean, there's ways you can get around that. So I did that. I added more trains. Yeah, see here. This is fine. I'm okay with that. Fertilizer is going to take a while. I might increase that case then. It's another bug. So that should cover it. We got the ash, folks. We got it. And look at the stack size. So this is another thing that has a high stack. When you use mini loaders, it jams it up. So you have to wait for these to, you know, get their buffers inside. So I'll work on the, hopefully get this done here. And I might, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it's fine because we got this one here and that one there. So these two will go here. Maybe, well, I've got 10 belts. Oh, no, 5 rows. So I'll have to combine 3 to one and 2 to the other. Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Because this is a half thing, maybe. No, it's, yeah, it's the same. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can do 2 here and then these 3 here. Yeah, so I'll fix that up. Okay, now, what I'm going to do. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. Fish. Let's go through the, let's do fishies. Zyhufos would be very nice. Now, we went through the fish here already. I'm going to research that. We're going to test this thing. I'm going to test this thing out, see if I got the ash. Okay, so the plan here is to work on the animals and plants first. So we'll do the research and we'll implement and build the animal. You know, get the animal or the plant to the next phase. So next, when this is done, next episode, we'll get these going. And then I'll do the upgrades and maybe I'll have to do some rebuilding, whatever. And I'll showcase the rebuild, fire it up, you know, do all that. So we have also the Zyhufos. We have the Faugways, level 4. Oh, that's level 3. Boy, I need those. And then we have Yadels, level 3. Oh, I'm afraid to look at some of these. Oh my God. Great alien samples. So this is going to help root out a lot of bottlenecks in the base, which is really awesome. Okay, there we go, folks. An Uber Ash build. This is the pivot we need to carry on. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.